Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Jerry and I'm hailing you from the Antari shipyard, and today we're going to be doing another re-review from Wave 19. We're going to be looking at the Delta Flyer. I also, before we start, I want to give a shout out to one of the viewers who suggested that I zoom in on the cards on the screen here so you guys can read along with me. As the previous two videos, the cards are kind of hard to read. So I really do appreciate that feedback, and we went ahead and implemented it here. If you guys have any other feedback for me about the videos, I want to hear that. I will try and make the best videos I can for you. I've also switched over from my microphone, which seems to be having issues, to my headset mic. So I apologize if the video sounds a little bit louder. Still trying to dial in those settings there. So let's go ahead and dive into the Delta Flyer. So the Delta Flyer is a shuttlecraft, so it's going to follow shuttlecraft rules, which I will be the first to admit that I'm not very familiar with. I typically do not play with shuttlecrafts, so I have a hard time remembering the exact rules for them. So you'll either have to go back and look at the rule book itself of the shuttlecraft rules. But the first appearance of the Delta Flyer was in the Voyager episode where they had lost a probe inside of a gas giant and they wanted to try and retrieve it. But the Malon were also there trying to claim salvage, so they had to race against the Malon to create a new type of shuttlecraft that can withstand some of the hazards in the Delta Quadrant. So let's see if this pack kind of fully visualizes that concept or not. Again, we'll start with the named ship here. We've got the Delta Flyer, which is a 3223. Tech weapon, crew, 20 points. Does not have a battle stations on its bar. You may deploy a weapon upgrade with a cost of 4 SP or less to the ship, and you may fire your primary weapon from your rear firing arc at -1 attack dice. I am fairly okay with all these abilities. I do kind of enjoy the being able to fire out of your rear arc, just to give your ship some extra oomph to it if it can't reach behind you. Keep in mind that the upcoming faction packs, as of the recording of this video, Lost in the Delta Quadrant, which is the Federation Delta Quadrant side of the two packs, will be coming with a new Delta Flyer. So we're getting new Delta Flyer cards, which also may come with a recost for the generic. So looking at the Delta Flyer dial, I think it's a standard shuttlecraft dial. It's got a forward 90 and a rear 90-degree firing arc. And then we get to the generic, which again as I said, will be subject to recost. We got 3222 tech weapon crew, lose a shield, and I believe you lose a crew slot. You may deploy the weapon upgrade. So again, this top part here remains the same. Pretty good for a generic shuttle. It'll be interesting to see what the recost will look like. First captain in the pack is Tuvok. Add 1 tech upgrade slot to your upgrade bar. That upgrade costs -1 SP, skill of 5, cost of 3. I actually like this Tuvok a lot. I am a big fan of discount cards and cards that add slots to give you more flexibility in the builds that you make. So with Tuvok adding a slot, doing a discount for that slot, right up my alley. Skill 5, he's kind of that perfect middle ground captain. I like him. It costs a 3, perfectly costed. And then we've got Tom Paris here. If you reveal a 3 forward maneuver, you may perform a 4 forward maneuver instead. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. If this card is assigned to a shuttlecraft, you cannot perform a docking action on the round you use this ability. Skill 4, cost of 2. Again, another captain card that I really like out of this pack. Not because it's some game-breaking ability. What Tom Paris does is he allows you to escape a tough situation at the cost of an aux power token. So we already know that the Delta Flyer can only move forward 3. That's the furthest it can go. So say you move your Delta Flyer and, oh shoot, you have to kind of do these in your head before you move because you can't pre-measure. But you go, oh shoot, this isn't going to get me out of dodge. So how do I get out of dodge? Well, you use Tom Paris, and you use his ability to push you forward 4 instead of the 3, which could just be enough to get you out of someone's arc or get you into a better position. and then all you pay is the Ox Power token, which in today's game there are multiple ways of getting rid of those tokens. So Tom Paris is not a terrible card or a captain. I think it's costed right where it should be. Captain skills right where it should be. Again, that's 2 A+ cards for me in this pack. Then you just get the standard Federation Captain, skill 1, cost of 0. And then we get to the first Photon Torpedoes, which is kind of where the pack kind of falls off for me. You do have to have a target lock. It's a 5 dice attack, range 2 to 3, cost of 4. Spend your target lock and place 3 time tokens on this card to perform this attack. If you fired from a shuttlecraft, discard this card instead of placing the time tokens, and the range is 1 to 2. So you're able to fire this card at range 1 to 2 if it's on a shuttlecraft, but you have to discard it. In today's game, when this pack came out, these were probably really good for a discard shuttle torpedo. But even then, you had photon torpedoes from like the USS Excelsior that were 4 dice attack, cost of 4, as a disable, so you could fire it at range 2 to 3 that way. But in today's game, you've got the new Federation photon torpedoes out of To Boldly Go that are time tokened, cost of 2. This card just kind of doesn't meet the new requirements for photon torpedoes for me. Then we get to the next weapon. It is Photonic Missiles. It is a 3 dice attack, range 1 to 2, cost of 3. Again, gotta have a target lock to do the attack, and you spend your target lock to place 3 time tokens on this card to perform this attack. If this attack hits, in addition to normal damage, place an auxiliary power token beside your defending ship. You may fire this weapon from your forward or rear firing arcs. Photonic Missiles, it's an okay weapon for this pack. It's very thematic to the Delta Flyer itself. Again, there you got like Ferengi photon torpedoes out there that hand out the Ox Power tokens. This is kind of in the same vein. Then we get the first tech of the pack, which is Unimatrix Shielding. Add +2 to your ship's shield value. When defending against an attack from a Borg ship, during the compare results step, you may disable 2 of your active shields to cancel an equal number of hits or crit results. This upgrade costs +5 SP for any non-Federation ship, and no ship may be equipped with more than 1 Unimatrix Shielding upgrade. Again, this is another one of those good cards out of this pack for me. I really like this, and you should too, especially if you've got people in your play group that use Borg a lot. If you got someone who likes Borg, you should be bringing this to the table. This gives you, 2 more shields as a buffer for your health, but it allows you to disable those shields instead of discard or destroy, mind you, to cancel 2 of their hits. So it could save you in a pinch. Cost of 5. This card is pretty powerful, so I believe cost of 5 is right where it should be. The next tech is Immersion Shielding. Add +1 to your ship's shield value. In addition, you may re-roll the attack die when your ship overlaps an obstacle. This upgrade costs +3 SP for any non-Federation ship, and no ship may be equipped with more than 1 Immersion Shielding upgrade. Again, this is another one of those cards that adds a shield to your stat bar. Big fan. I do like that. This one, however, makes sure that you can re-roll the die from the obstacle. So this is more of a new player-friendly card. That's kind of what I like to call them, where the new players trying to learn how to fly in the game. And trust me, we've all been there. There's no judgment at all. It's one of those games. It's one of those things in the game you kind of have to get used to. But this allows you to kind of negate some of the negative effects of trying to learn how to fly. Kind of in the same vein as Ilea from the Enterprise refit. Again, good card. I think it's costed perfectly for what it does. So now we're going to the next tech, which is Parametallic Hull Plating. During the compare result step, you may discard this card to cancel 1 hit or crit result. This upgrade costs +3 SP for any non-Federation ship, and no ship may be equipped with more than 1. So, cost of 2, this is a discard, but not an action, so I am a big fan of that. I dislike any action discards, just because you're eating your action to get rid of a card that you may want to use later. There are some exemptions to that rule, and I'm sure we'll cover them as we're going through the re-reviews. But this card I really like for what it does. This is another one of those cards that gets you out of a pinch. say you're able to go ahead and evade most of your enemy's attack, but you've got that one hit or one crit that you just can't get rid of, that's where Parametallic Hull Plating comes in. Cost of 2, it's a discard, can save your butt. Really enjoy that. First crew that comes in this pack is B'Elanna Torres. Cost of 4. When defending during the compare result step, you may disable this card and one of your active shields to cancel one hit or crit result. So again, we're looking at negating your enemy's attack dice, or at least the results of their attack dice. B'Elanna's good. She's a disable. She also disable one of your active shields. So I think she's okay. Cost 3 or 4. I think she's probably right around where I would cost her, in that 3 to 4 range. Next crew in the pack is 7 of 9. During the activation phase, you may disable this card to perform a battle station action as a free action. She is probably one of the better cards in the game. I've seen her get used a lot just because she gives you that battle station. As a free action, no less. And she's not an action at all. You have to do it at the top of the activation phase per the rules, but she gives you that battle station token. Cost of 4. She's probably perfectly balanced with that cost right now. Last crew in this pack is Harry Kim. Action, disable this card to place 2 evade tokens beside your ship. You cannot roll any defense dice this round. You cannot perform an evade action this round, even as a free action. Completely dislike this card. I think they did Harry Kim a disservice with this ability. I get where they were going with it, but the fact that you can't roll any defense dice this round to place 2 evade tokens isn't worth it. Because you only get to use those evade tokens once. So if you take multiple attacks, then you use those evade tokens up in your first attack, then you're open up for the rest of the game, or for the rest of the round at least. So Harry Kim, I'm not even going to look at his cost here, because his card just needs to be redone. So, alright everybody, that is Wave 19 of the Delta Flyer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's continue the conversation in the comment section below. What would you change? What do you want to see get recosted? What are some of the cards that they missed on, or they should have included? Again, put it in the comment section below. If you are liking the content, be sure to drop us a subscribe. We got new videos coming out all the time. It seems like I've gotten pretty busy with the upload schedule lately, and I plan on continuing that. And then, first and foremost, give us a like. The likes really help to let me know that this is the kind of content you guys want to see. And if you don't want to continue the conversation in the comment section below, you can find a link to our Discord in the description box. The Discord is probably the largest Attack Wing related Discord out there. And we talk about it all the time, and we discuss rule situations, and we have tournaments going on. You're not, obviously... you're not made to participate. It's all volunteer based. So if it's something you want to check out, see the description box below. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard.